Bats of Bollywood this month, which was probably the biggest surprise out of these three because I don't think anyone expected it to be that entertaining or fun. And before me, a proper Bollywood fan, starts on about it, I want you to talk about it because you've not really Hindi movie, you don't watch movies a lot. So how did you find
Yeah,
it? How did you enjoy it?
I don't even watch, like, as a Telugu person myself, I don't even watch Tollywood movies. So as watching Bats of Bollywood, like I got none of the references except the
Right.
part where, like this that officer and the drug case, except
Huh.
those like few parts here and there. I got none of the reference. I didn't get the Om Shanti Om reference or the nothing. No.
Right.
But for someone who didn't like get any reference, it was fun for me to watch as well. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm not getting the reference, and I didn't feel like left out. So
Right.
it was fun for me to watch as well.
Right. I mean, for someone who gets the references, I was like, wow, how did he have the guts to pull it off? Like, because, in a show that is produced by the biggest superstar, that is actually about, okay, so give a reference, right? Shah Rukh Khan's old life is very similar to the main character's life. Because Shah Rukh Khan is this guy who comes from a very middle class family. He's from Delhi. His dad died of cancer when he was 15. His mum died of cancer when he was 23. So he was an orphan basically when he came to Mumbai. And when he was young, very famously, in his first TV interview, someone asked him, he once said, I'm the best. I'm the best that can ever be. So apparently someone once asked him, they're like, if you're the best, what about Mr. Bachchan? You told he's your favorite actor and he's your inspiration, right? So what about him? And he very famously said, he's like, he may be the greatest, but I'm still a bit better than him. And if you think about it, that's the exact same line that Asman uses, right? He's like, सितारे तो बहुत है, but Asman sirf ek. And you're like, no, I've never
Okay.
met a guy who's named Asman. And like, oh, they named him for that dialogue. Just for that dialogue, they're like, his name has to be Asman Singh. And like, I mean, and even without that reference, the line is slap. Like it's a proper masala, like proper dialogue. And also the thing that and the whole journalist thing also was apparently Shah Rukh Khan had to do this one sort of intimate scene in his early movies. And the actress is the director's wife. And some magazine guy apparently wrote that the director wanted him and his wife to spend a night together to get comfortable before the scene. It's like, gossip stuff. So apparently he got so pissed when he heard that he actually went to the journalist's house and he's like, will you come out or not? And started using all these Delhi type galis like MCBC and all. Like, if you come out, you come out now, I'll kill you. If you come to the house, I'll kill you. And they actually had to arrest him and put him in jail. And when he went to jail, he took permission for a phone call. You had a phone call, right? He got a phone call. He called the same journalist and he's like, I was so pissed at you just for writing about me. Now you put me in jail. Now you see what I'm going to do to you. Which is again like which is again, he goes to jail and he gets out on bail. Like, yeah, the references are a lot. But at the same time, it's so reverential to him. At the same time, it makes fun of him as a Ghante ka Badshah. And you buy that also. Like it is insane how a series that moves between comedy, drama, action. I don't know. It's touched every genre. There's sexual humor. It's like an adult comedy at times. It's like a buddy comedy at times, and it just comes together very cohesively. It's like insane how they pull that off.
Yeah, and the whole action sequence at the end as well with the car racing
Yeah,
and how at the perfect timing the whole lorry comes with the ad
man, smooth.
and all the cameos as well in this show from like Rajmouli, Amir Khan, and there are like so many cameos. I can't even count.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
but
it,
the best cameo is obviously "Kaho na kaho." Yeah, Imran Hashmi. I think he has not gotten such a good role, forget movie role, anything, in like past 15 years or something. Like he is, you didn't expect him to come, and also to see they set him up very nicely, right? In episode one, when Parvez is driving that car, and she's like, "तुम रणवीर सिंह के watch से गाड़ी खरीदते हो और इमरान हाशमी के फोटो लगाते हो." And like you just think it's just one joke like Akka Bollywood, and then he actually comes up in like episode 3 and all like wow. It's fun to see him also. Like the intimacy course of yeah, who better than him to teach?
Mm.
And if you see
Right.
very smartly, they don't show. I mean, I don't want to give out the plot. Maybe I can give out the plot, but we'll say that for later. They don't show the Asman and forget her name, Bobby Deol's daughter. They're never shown to be particularly intimate with each other.
Yes.
What?
Like as a Bollywood movie, you'd expect, like, since you'd expect it to play in the starting as well, like during the intimacy coaching itself, you'd expect them to
Yeah,
be a bit more intimate than just
yeah,
playing few games. And
yeah,
they don't play into that.
yeah. And
But
and
it
it's
doesn't reveal the plot itself. You don't guess it for it.
yeah. And they always have someone interrupting them in the middle. Like, one point Imran Hashmi comes, one point Bobby Deol comes and all like and I have to give it, I don't know how the hell they came up with Bobby Deol's son's character, Mr. Shomik. It has to be one of oh my God. I don't know how they pull that off. Like it's so offensive to think about the stuff he says, but it's so funny. Like I don't know if I should hate myself for laughing that hard at the stuff he does.
And the whole ending with Pushpa.
I mean, forget the ending with Pushpa. That whole the little virtual thing he does, like Pushpa sali garib chori karti hai. Like wow, like it's super weird. It's almost like he's making fun of the people around him, right? Because you think of Shah Rukh Khan's son, you would think of that sort of guy. Like he's very spoiled, very bratty, very rich and out of touch. That's sort of the stereotype you have of him. And he takes that stereotype and makes it even worse. Like it's like this guy who's a total creep and perv and like the sort of jokes he makes about his sister and all, like, wow. I mean, given that a lot of the show is based on real life people, I'm actually wonder who if that is actually on a real life character because whoa, like super super toxic. And Bobby Deol was also very good. Like, I think this is like a very proper. He was sort of getting into these villain roles after Animal, but like he got a very proper
Yeah.
character, very proper hero treatment, like that thing where he's smoking a cigarette and he's coming and that soldier thing is playing. He looked very cool. So yeah, Bobby Deol was good. The everyone was very good in that movie, in that show. Like the performances was very good.
Even like
Who-
the small cameo roles itself, they
Yeah,
were not like, oh, they're just there and then they just disappeared. They played some kind of plot into the story.
yeah. And I mean, who is your favorite of all the actors? I'll before I tell mine, like who is your favorite performance?
In this show, or you're asking in Bollywood itself?
In this show, Bollywood is like a huge industry. What?
In this show, I'm like obviously Bobby Deol's son, that Talwar's son character.
Right, right. Huh. I mean, my favorite was actually Rajat Bedi as Jalaj Saxena, Pehchana Mujhe Ab, because I thought it's not a character that you would expect to see in a show directed by a very rich kid. Like you would not expect him to make a character about this guy who's just perennially struggling, like the whole thing that no one recognizes him, that you've seen him somewhere. It's like a lot of these guys, right? In movies, like they've had their 15 seconds of fame, and you can recognize him. You're like, huh, I've seen him somewhere, but you just can't put it where he's from. And the frustrations of that guy, and like, he's funny, he's sad, but at the end of the show, he's actually the smartest character in the room because
Yeah,
he is the guy who gets the Soda Wala production movie to run. He is the guy who figures out because Asman's character is the whole secret twist. No one figures out except him. He is the actually like these guys have been watching that song from decades, and no one notices that one backup dancer. And this guy just one look, and it makes sense, right? Because he's also that from that place. He's one of those backup guys. He's one of those guys who's been in the background, and you recognize it. So obviously, his eye will fall to that. He's not just looking at the hero. So like that was spectacularly done. I mean, like his character arc was really funny, especially the whole pen drop sequence. If it was in a theater, I'd have whistled for that sequence. Like it was very satisfying to watch.
Mm.
And funnily enough, he was actually one of those 15 seconds of fame guy. So
Right.
like,
I've never heard of him before this.
yeah, he's there's this very famous meme of his where it's like he's basically saying इज्जत सबकी करेंगे तो लूटेंगे किसकी, if you get the meaning of that joke. So he is very popular for that meme. Like he was in two movies. One was Koi Mil Gaya, one was this movie, and he's remembered only for that meme. And apparently he was in Canada because he'd like gotten sick of this and he just went and he was doing his thing. And very specifically, like they called him and they're like, we want only you for this, we want only this character. And like after like being in like I've forgotten for 20 years, you know, this guy's everywhere. He's like this, and apparently his son is getting offers, his daughter's getting offers, and like I was very, he was like, people say God sends angels in my life, and he's like, my angel was Aryan Khan. I'm like, wow, that's like a very heavy, but that's true also. Like it just changed his entire perspective on him. Like his whole life just flipped with one show. So that's movies. That's the power of movies
Right.
and art and cinema. Or am I getting too like heavy for a very fun show?
No, I guess that was his intention as well.
Right. And also, I don't know why I have this personal plot theory, which is no one discussed about Bad the Bollywood, which is that, apparently the name Jaraj, his name, is very different. Right? Usually you hear Jairaj, you hear Jay or Raj. Jaraj is a very different name. Apparently, Jaraj means bastard in Hindi, which sort of ties in with the theme of the plot. But
Oh,
I have this personal theory that, like, he might be Sodawala Senior's kid. And that's why Sodawala Jr. is trying to like sabotage his career.
maybe we just have to wait for the second part to find out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an incredible twist, right? Because that it actually makes sense. Because no matter how pissed you are an actor, why would you like waste his career in a contract for that long? No matter how much of a like even that
Right.
Freddy Sodawala guy was so good. The way he says his dialogues, like that whole pretentious English accent, and when he says "son of a bitch" in the end, it's so funny with the way he says it. Like and even he's like not a very well known actor, but like they got it is perfect casting. Even Raghav Jewel was so good as Parvez. Manoj Pama was very funny. The manager was very good. I think the manager is my favorite character, or maybe it's Gafoor Bhai. I'm not sure. I have to pick between two. I think we lost you there. Your thing isn't working.
Yeah, my connection.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're in not a home of your own.
Right. And thanks for reminding.
Hey, you can always go back to watching Premal if you want Hyderabad again. Or actually, don't watch Premal.
Premal's
It sets up unrealistic
Premal's
expectations
depiction
for.
of like corporate life is like so different from what I'm experiencing.
Right. You haven't found your Adi yet. Just wait, he'll be there.
The whole team, I haven't found anyone.
Right. JK, just JK.
I don't want to find Adi.
You want Sachin.
Maybe.
But the problem is Sachin is not in the office. He's he's a slacker. He's trying to figure out how to go to the UK. You need to look, girls need to look at the losers. I'm telling you this.
Sure, I'll try.
Yeah, that's the motto from Lokah. It's not, be a superhero, be strong, be proud of your femininity. No. Like look at the loser who's living in the apartment next to you, trying to call you for a party.
I'll try to look at the losers.
Yes, but don't double cross them like you're like Rukmini Vasan from Kantara, and just make sure you're not his sister. Like,
I'll keep your advice in mind.
yeah, yeah. So this is our takings from the movies and the shows that we watched in the past month, and we'll be hopefully back with more content to serve you. Any parting message for the people watching this, Harini? Apart from your venting out at your
No,
some ex of yours or something, like please don't, just not for personal pot shots. We're very professional here. Only I'm allowed to do that.
Um, I have no message for everyone. Just watch more movies, right?
Yep. So she's basically gone to one of the most famous
That's
quotes,
it.
which is cinema is not a post office for messages, it's for entertainment. So keep very entertained and see you all in another video. Good